Property brothers Jonathan and Drew Scott have returned with yet another new show, backed by the Bras. In each episode, they take pitches on two projects from people trying to make a profit on their properties. We just want to help people get into good investments, or to help save them from what's turning into a bad investment, says Drew. After analyzing each investor, if we don't think our services would be enough, then we're not going to back them. Drew continues, we have to try to figure out who we can benefit the most. What can we bring to the table? What can they bring to the table? They are the ones leading the charge. We are here to support. So if they're expecting us to come over and take the reins, no, this isn't for us. In the premiere episode, Putting It All on the Line, the Scotts take pitches from two couples. James and Isabel have 5 children, and they want to flip a crumbling home they bought in North Hollywood, Ca. Lean and Renato are a divorced couple who still own a house together in Burbank, Ca, and they want to turn their garage into an accessory dwelling unit that can be rented out for a profit. The Scott brothers must decide which couple and project most merit their time, money, and expertise. Here's how they pick, plus plenty of lessons that could come in handy for any homeowner or budding real estate investor. James and Isabel paid $750,000 for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home with the goal of tearing it down and building an apartment building. After spending tons of money on the plans and trying to get them approved by the city, they eventually said no, explains James. This is just zoned for single-family residential, says Drew. What made you think you could do that? They tell the brothers they thought they could get their plans approved under a neighborhood zoning condition that was set in the 1960s. They knew it was a stretch, but still, they spent over $100,000 on interest, the architect, the engineer, and more before the city shut their plans down. I would never spend that much money that early on a project when you don't even know what you can do, says Jonathan. So instead, they decide to renovate the house already there. Lean and Renato want to turn a portion of their sizable garage into an ADU and rent it out for $2,800 to $3,000 a month. A contractor told them it could be renovated for about $40,000. To finish this into an ADU? Not a chance in hell, says Jonathan. You want to keep using the garage and convert the back into a rental space? It'll probably cost you about $150,000, and you'll only be able to get $1,800 to $2,100 in rent. They plan on getting a loan for the project, but they haven't considered what the interest per month would be and what they could realistically bring in. Also, they don't seem willing to work on the project themselves. In the end, the Scotts decide to back James and Isabel. When discussing a budget for their project, James reveals that they've invested their life savings and their children's college funds. Jonathan and Drew are quite horrified. You have made a lot of mistakes that I think a lot of people make, says Jonathan. They think, oh, I can get this money back. I'll just pull it out of my savings. I'll just pull out of my kids' college funds. Then all of a sudden you're in this bind. This is how a lot of people go under. If I were walking into this saying I'm going to renovate it, I would probably say, I could do this for $175,000 grand. You want to spend $100,000? You're freaking nuts. Don't even consider a flip. Drew advises, I would say a short-term rental, a vacation rental. You could charge $300 per night, $2,000 per week. I don't think we can back this if it's just a fix and flip, says Jonathan. I don't know that they'll get their money back. But if they make this a short-term rental, they will definitely make their money back and then some. It's airport friendly, close to Hollywood. The lot isn't great, but NoHo is sought after, especially for vacation rentals. Oh my gosh, these guys, exclaims Jonathan as he views footage of James and the crew tearing the roof off the home's illegal extension. He calls James and tells him, we got a problem. You have to call these guys and tell them to stop everything right now. They're not wearing any safety gear of any kind. There are no harnesses on anybody on the roof. You've got to be on top of your guys. There are no standards of any kind, and you're still liable at the end of the day, he continues. It just takes one accident to ruin your business. In the end, sweat equity saved James and Isabel $30,000. Plus, the Scott brothers gave the couple $28,000 worth of furniture, materials, and appliances from their warehouse. Then there was $20,000 worth of design mentoring from their designer. The couple's actual spend on the renovation was $112,000. But adding everything the property brothers contributed, the true value of the rental is $190,000, according to Drew. In this area, they can probably make about $70,000 a year in short-term rental income. With this amount of revenue, you'll not only be able to rebuild your personal savings, you'll be able to grow your business and build personal wealth, Drew tells them.